Just a quick message, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. This helps bring brand awareness to the channel as well as all Forex Shark related projects. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, strip, and farm for poverty. I'm your host, Strip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. In today's video, we got another community requested video reference, how to determine, what farm to get in. Like, the specific question was posed, is Cake BUSD better or is Drip BUSD better? Well, we're going to break that down right now and look at the numbers and then help you understand how to do that so I don't have to make all these videos for the next upcoming request telling me to compare one to the next one and da. So in this one specifically, we'll be looking at Drip BUSD because it is the highest dog paying farm, and then Cake right now I think has one of the highest APRs. So the question is, what is better? Is it the higher multiple with a lower APR or a higher APR with a lower multiple? So that was a great question. And I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and take a deep dive in there and find out. So it's not the highest, I just noticed this one, but this will help you understand how all this actually works, especially reference my video on impermanent loss. So we're definitely looking at one stable coin pair, and also reference my video that I made about the farms and pools. I think it's this video here. So you can understand how the farms and pools are actually allocated, reference the multiples. So check out that video if you want to understand more, because I'm not going to dive back into it on this one. So the question was posed, which one is best? Now, the easiest way to get this information would have been from vfattools.tools, but I've been having issues with it and it's been giving me this error. So I wasn't able to get the information I wanted from here. But what we're trying to look at, if you remember the video I made, we need to know, before we do calculations, we need to know how many dogs are being minted per day, or the emissions basically. So VFAT would give us some of that information, or you could come over to the Binance Smart Chain and look at the total supply from when it started and then whatever the supply is now, and then divide that. But we have an even easier way. Shouts out to whoever created the crypto co-op app, crypto coop, co-op or coop, I'm not sure, .app. Right up here, they tell us 4,032 animal farm dog emissions per day and 432 animal farm pigs emissions per day. So we can use that data and come over here basically to determine what is best. So in order to get the total dogs allocated per day to the Drip BUSD pool, remember I explained this in the other video, but I'm gonna do it real quick here. We have to determine the total multiple multiplier for all the farms and pools. Remember, that's these numbers right here. You can add all those up, or you can use a cheat sheet coming over to the wiki and get the multiples right here for the pools and the multiple for the farms. You add all that up. And in my old video, I said it was 98. It's actually 100. So I had an error in there, but that was just to educate you guys on how it works. So I had a typo. It actually adds up to an even 100. And then there are a total of 22 pools and farms, right? And we know that there's a total of 4,032 dogs per day that are done with the emissions. So to get the total dogs allocated per day to the Drip BUSD pool, we simply take the total amount of dogs per day divided by the total multiplier, because remember, that's all of those pools and farms added together, and then we multiply it by whatever this farm is getting, right? Simple math. So that gives us 322 for the Drip BUSD and literally half of that for Cake BUSD. So this was a great question because it's half the amount of rewards but 100% additional APR. So I was also curious as what the amount would be, or what the answer would be for this. So I wasn't sure either. And then here I just have a dog's price, right? So with this, we can also get the APR per day. So simple math for that is this divided by 365. You guys probably already know that, but just so you can follow along with me. So that gives us the amount per day that we're able to get, and you'll see why that's important. And then this is also important, is the TVL, because remember, you're competing for a portion of the farm. So however much capital you add, you will get that percentage of the farm. And again, shouts out to whoever created this app because they show you exactly what percent you have. Like for me, this is my percent of the drip BUSD with the money that I've allocated, and they give us the total amount that's in that farm. So I was able to get the percentages and the total amount staked. So remember, this is a fixed snapshot in time. The emission rewards can go up and down due to the dynamic supply control algorithm. And also the APRs will adjust because of that. But if all things were constant, we can use these numbers. So next up, we can now look at a $1,000 investment. So if we were to take $1,000 into drip BUSD or $1,000 in cake BUSD, that would give us 0.031% share of the drip BUSD because there's more. And that would give us almost 0.1% share of the cake BUSD because there's less, right? Simple math. Now, to get the dogs per day, all we have to do is multiply the percent of share times the total number of dogs that are being created for that pool. So I just took this times this and I get 0.1. So I would get 0.1 dogs per day for my $1,000. In the other one, I would get 0.15. So you see where I'm going already. And we can double check the math on this by giving it a BUSD value. So we can actually take this to get the BUSD value. All we have to do is take our $1,000 that we're investing, because that's in BUSD, right? And then we can multiply it by the APR per day. This will give us the amount of dollars that we get per day. To ensure that that is the exact same in dogs, we can get the dog value, right? So to get the dog value, I take the amount of dogs I get per day. So I'm getting 0.102 dogs. And then I multiply that by the dog's price. Lo and behold, that comes out to an even $6. I did the same for this one, and it's a little off due to the percentages, I think. But it gives you a pretty good guesstimate. So in this example, ironically, it's actually beneficial or more beneficial to be invested in cake BUSD. Now, again, these things will change, and it's only that way due to the current APR and the ability for you to get a larger percent of ownerships with that same amount of capital. However, if you were to be taking this from your drip position and selling it and then getting BNB and converting that to BUSD and then getting the BUSD to buy cake and then using that cake to pair with BUSD, I don't think it'd be as attractive. But if you just happen to have spare BUSD sitting in your wallet and you want the best place to park it, then yeah, go ahead and buy some cake based off the numbers for this video. May be different by the time you watch it, but you could get a higher amount of dogs with a $1,000 investment. So hopefully this made sense. You can apply this to all the other farms and pools. It's just really simple math. Now that you know where to find the total emissions, this gives you the amount of dogs that you get per day, or you can just use the BUSD to get by taking your share of the BUSD. Either way, you're going to find out basically about how much you're going to get. Now, remember, it's paid out in dogs, so it is important to understand what you're getting in dogs, because if dogs go up in price, for example, let's just change this to 75. I now have $7.67 of dog value because dogs are more expensive. The BUSD didn't change because I was using those fixed numbers with BUSD, but this did change because it's based off of dogs. So just keep that in mind, that you are paid out in dogs, so that will fluctuate. And of course, these will fluctuate based on the dynamic supply control algorithm. All right. I hope that provided value, and shouts out to the person that asked that in my comments. I really appreciate these kinds of questions because it helps me understand the protocols better, and then I have to do research so that I can explain it to you all. So I enjoy doing this kind of stuff, and I've kind of made a name for myself in the space as the drip coach and constantly pulling out the spreadsheets. So spreadsheet guy as well. So again, you guys know the drill. If it provided value, gave you some insight, helped you out in some way, smash that HBO special, help a brother out by liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.